Why did Ava Hollis walk into the snow that night and never walk back out? Fresh snowflakes drifted past the porch light. Her boots sat by the door, still warm, and a half-written Christmas card lay on the table, her handwriting suddenly frozen in time. By the 20-second mark, the truth stings. Ava didn't vanish. Someone made sure she never saw Christmas morning. Ava was last seen alive at 7:42 p.m., the air thick with rolling whiteout. Her brother Mark Hollis said she stepped outside for just a minute, but the minute stretched into an hour, then two. Then fear carved itself into the night. Neighbors remembered the sound of wind. No footsteps, no cry for help, just wind. Yet one detail shattered the quiet. Her red scarf was found tied to a fence post. Too neatly, too carefully, like someone wanted it discovered. Clue found. Red scarf, 18 feet from porch. Sheriff Rowan Pierce arrived before dawn. He saw the tracks. 2 sets. One belonged to Ava. The other didn't match anyone in town. Unknown prints identified. Then came the question nobody wanted to voice. Was she meeting someone or running from someone? And when Josie McKenna admitted Ava had seemed tense the day before, hands trembling, words clipped, the entire search shifted. But one detail didn't add up. Ava hated the cold. She never walked into a storm voluntarily. Ever. Motive, unknown. Yet, and as investigators widened the search, a chilling discovery surfaced beneath the snowdrifts. One that would rip open the town's quiet facade. If Ava didn't walk into the storm alone, who walked her there? If those tracks in the snow weren't Ava's, then whose were they? A thin layer of ice glazed the ground as dawn crept in. Sheriff Rowan crouched near the prints, breath trembling in the cold. The pattern was wrong. Too wide, too deep, and facing the opposite direction Ava had walked. Suspect prints, unknown male, size 12. Mark Hollis stared at the ground like it was betraying him. He shook his head again and again. No one came to the house last night, he whispered, but the snow said otherwise. Rowan tested the edges of the impression. Sharp, fresh. No snowfall had covered them. That meant the man was there minutes before Ava disappeared. A sudden blast of wind pushed a loose shutter against the wall. Miriam Devlin, Ava's elderly neighbor, stepped out wrapped in a robe, eyes swollen from crying. Her voice quivered. I saw a shadow near her porch, tall, standing still, watching. Witness statement, 8:11 p.m. Rowan's pulse kicked. A shadow that didn't move. A stranger in a town where everyone knew every face. But the detail that cracked something open inside him? Miriam said the man held something small in his hand. She thought it was a phone. But Rowan found nothing in the snow. No dropped item. No light. No reflection. Which meant the object wasn't forgotten. It was taken. The search team pushed farther into the treeline. The air grew colder, heavier. Branches bowed with frost. Every step echoed like a warning. Then Tyler Briggs, the mechanic who last talked to Ava, called out. His voice shook. Sheriff, we've got another trail. Second trail discovered, 0.6 miles east. 2 trails. 2 directions. Both leading away from the house. Neither made sense. If Ava was taken, why would the suspect split from her path? If Ava ran, why was there no panic in her steps? Rowan stared down at the diverging tracks, the storm biting into his skin. Were they following Ava's last steps? Or a trap someone planned in advance? Why was Ava's red scarf found when the scarf wasn't actually hers? Sheriff Rowan laid the scarf across the hood of his cruiser, the fabric stiff with frost. Mark's face tightened. That's not Ava's, he said, voice cracking. She didn't own anything bright. She hated red. Critical clue, wrong scarf. A chill slid through the search team. Someone placed the scarf there. Someone wanted it seen. Josie stepped forward, eyes locked on the weave. Her breath hitched. I've seen this before. Someone in town wears one just like it. Rowan's attention snapped toward her. Who? Josie swallowed. Chase Randall. From the lodge. New lead, Chase Randall. Chase. Quiet, unpredictable, working seasonal jobs to stay unnoticed. The kind of man who never appeared in holiday photos, but always lingered at the edges of crowds. Rowan's radio crackled. A deputy's voice broke through the static. "Sheriff, there's a torn piece of fabric caught on a pine branch down the second trail. Not red, dark green, thick, ripped by force. Fabric recovered. Male coat? 2 clues. 2 colors. 2 directions. A planted scarf, a torn coat fragment, and a witness who saw a motionless shadow holding something in the dark. None of it aligned. Unless the scarf wasn't a mistake. It was a distraction." Rowan felt the truth sharpen inside him. Someone in that snowstorm wanted the search team looking the wrong way. If the scarf was staged, what was the real trail hiding? What if the trail you're following leads to nothing but silence? Rowan and his team moved carefully along the second trail, snow crunching under boots. Each step seemed to swallow sound, leaving only the wind's low moan. The forest pressed in, branches like frozen fingers pointing toward an unknown fate. 3 days later, second trail investigation. Tyler Briggs paused, pointing at an indentation in the snow. "Someone dragged something? Or someone?" he murmured. The earth was torn, snow streaked with mud. Too heavy for one person, too precise to be random. Miriam Devlin's warning echoed in Rowan's mind. That shadow! It watched her every move. He couldn't shake it. The silence around them felt deliberate, like the forest itself was complicit. Josie McKenna shivered. "There's something here," she said, voice barely audible. "But it's waiting, watching us." Main suspect, unknown shadow. Then a crunch behind them. Rowan spun, gun raised, heart hammering. Nothing. Only a single pine cone rolling down the slope. And then a faint scarf caught on a branch. Dark green, same as the torn piece found earlier. Rowan's mind raced. Was Chase Randall hiding in the woods? Or was someone else using him as a lure? The team pressed on, reaching a frozen creek. Footprints ended abruptly. No sign of struggle. No clear exit. Only the echo of Ava's last steps fading into the white. If the trail ends here, where is Ava hiding? Or has the snow already swallowed the truth? What if the person you trust most is hiding the most dangerous truth? Miriam Devlin's hands trembled as she met Sheriff Rowan's gaze. Something happened the night Ava disappeared," she whispered. Her eyes darted to the snow-covered street, then back at him, filled with fear she could no longer contain. Witness disclosure, Miriam Devlin. Mark Hollis stepped closer, voice low. "What, Miriam? Tell me." She swallowed hard, shaking. "There was a light in my backyard. A man. He carried her. I didn't know what to do." Rowan's chest tightened. Not just because of the confession, but because it matched something he had feared all along. Ava had not walked into the storm alone. Josie McKenna frowned. The shadow she mentioned, it wasn't just watching her. It followed her from the house. New lead, shadowed from home. Tyler Briggs scowled at the timeline. The prints from the porch, then the second trail. It all lines up. Whoever took her planned every step. He looked to Rowan, voice tense. And whoever staged the scarf. They wanted us chasing ghosts. Rowan felt the weight of the revelation. Ava hadn't just disappeared. She had been lured. Every clue, red scarf, torn coat, false trails, was a puzzle designed to mislead. Then Miriam's voice faltered. "I saw his eyes green. Not human. Not what you expect from someone normal." Rowan froze. He wanted to dismiss it, but deep down he knew. Someone in their town was capable of unthinkable violence, and the snow had hidden them until now. If the person Miriam saw was in plain sight, who else had been hiding in the storm that night? What if the one person everyone trusted to be innocent was the first person lying? Sheriff Rowan sat across from Chase Randall, the lodge worker, in the dim warmth of the town hall. Chase's hands were clasped tight, knuckles white. His story sounded rehearsed, too calm, too precise. Main suspect, Chase Randall. "Where were you the night Ava disappeared?" Rowan asked, voice low. "I was closing the lodge. Alone. No one else around, Chase replied, eyes flicking to the window. Mark Hollis leaned in, voice trembling. That doesn't match the timeline. Miriam saw a shadow near her yard. Near the time Ava vanished. Rowan's gut tightened. He traced the timeline again. Ava left the house at 7:42 p.m. The red scarf appeared 15 minutes later. Chase claimed he was inside the lodge the whole time. But the green coat fragment, found along the second trail, matched the jacket Chase wore at the lodge the next morning. Evidence contradiction. Green coat. Josie McKenna's voice cracked. He's hiding something, and it's exactly what we need to find Ava. Rowan stood abruptly, eyes narrowing. If Chase had lied about even a single minute, it could unravel the entire story. Every staged clue, every false lead, every heartbeat of suspense built into that night. Outside, snow fell harder. Every flake seemed to carry the weight of the secret still buried. And Rowan realized the person who controlled the trail controlled the truth. If Chase's alibi falls apart, will Ava's fate finally be revealed? Or is there someone even closer to the town hiding in plain sight? What if the snow itself could uncover the secrets someone tried to bury? Rowan led the team back to the edge of the forest, following the frozen second trail one last time. Every step into the white silence felt heavier than the last. The green coat fragment had guided them here, but now the air smelled of something sharper. Iron, cold and undeniable. Final lead, frozen clearing. Mark Hollis clutched his brother's old jacket tightly, voice barely a whisper. She's here. I know she's here somewhere. Then Tyler Briggs spotted it, partially hidden under a thin layer of snow. Ava's footprints, leading to a small, camouflaged shed at the forest edge. Inside, the faintest breath stirred. A panic, a life waiting. Chase Randall's name echoed in Rowan's mind. The lodge worker's lies had almost buried her. But inside the shed, Ava lay shaken, bruised, but alive. Suspect apprehended, Chase Randall. Rowan's team moved swiftly. Chase attempted to flee but was captured within moments. The evidence, red scarf staged, green coat fragment, falsified alibi was irrefutable. Justice was no longer a question. Mark knelt beside Ava, tears running freely. She's safe, finally safe, he breathed. The town exhaled as the storm cleared, leaving only quiet and the promise of truth restored. Justice served, Ava Hollis rescued. Josie smiled through tears. You held on, even when no one else believed. Rowan looked at the white landscape, heart heavy but relieved. In the end, the snow had revealed what fear and lies tried to hide. Ava survived, the truth prevailed, and justice was finally served. If you want more stories that uncover the truth behind unsolved mysteries, hit subscribe to the Veil of Secret, and join us as we reveal the darkest secrets hiding in plain sight.